That's the one thing I do want to see some data on. Is it cheaper to buy on Coinbase or is it cheaper to just buy the ETF? Because the amount of fees that come through are just ridiculous.
That's actually a really good question because, like I was looking at it just today. They seem to be tracking it one-to-one as you're expecting them to do. So then you start to question exactly that, right? So if your fees are
I'm going to switch
next
screens.
Which one?
It's yours. I can see your desktop now.
Oh yeah, gotcha. Yeah, this is just the grid of all the ETFs.
The
But
Mag 9.
But it's super interesting, right? You've got this here, 18%, and then someone could have done the same thing here. So one's open 24 hours a day, the other isn't. But other than that, they seem to be tracking as they should, and that's pretty awesome. I mean, it's going to be rough on the people that don't expect, like, provided we continue to have the volatility that we've always had in Bitcoin. If people aren't ready for that, then it's going to chew them up. The people that have been around for a long time and they're just like, whatever, like you and I would just bid, let it sit there. Right?
Yeah.
Pick a level. Like when it rolls over, we're just like, all right, pick a level, add more. I don't know that the normal people are going to be, quite that savvy, but I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
I'm really interested to see what happens if we have a dump on a weekend, how Monday reacts. I want, because there's people that are getting their foot into the ETFs and they may or may not know how volatile Bitcoin can get.
Yeah, fair. It does seem like this price action has been pushing the rest of crypto up, though. Like today's spike pretty much popped off when the market opened, and the spike in like Solana and whatever else, they just followed it right at 6 in the morning or whatever. Boom, they shot up too.
So does anybody have a favorite ETF?
Yeah, I was going to ask you that of you, Dop, right? So I know that you said you liked Fidelity. What's their, I don't know off the top of my head, I don't know if you do, but what's the difference between IBIT and Fidelity?
So Fidelity, just because I made it sound like I'm a fanboy, and I am. I'm using a lot of their services already, but they are also one of the only funds that is, I think they are the only fund that is self-custodying. So they're not using Coinbase, or I think there's 2 or 3 other alternatives that a few of the funds are using. But Fidelity is self-custodying, and that was comforting to me to hear, and made me kind of like, be more confident in them. But I'm rooting for Fidelity and rooting for BlackRock. BlackRock will be the GLD and Fidelity because I like the fact that they are self-custodying. I think, I think that Kathy has a great Ponzi with her ARC21 shares. Her funds are just buying the ETF.
Mm-hmm.
So that probably has the best Ponzinomics.
That was the only one. Sorry, I just ate, guys, if I'm coughing on stream. But yeah, ARC21's the only one I actually read. The whole giant document they sent out, and that was one of the things, is like they said, oh well, we'll pay Coinbase custody fees. It'll say how much, and I was like, okay, so who's got the best fees that they're paying? That's something interesting. Just something I'm working on. But I think IBIT, and I think I personally, I mean, I just looked at it. I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to sink my money in it for a long time, why not? So, I mean, I bought IBIT. Just stick it in the 401k and don't look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know Fidelity was self-custody.
Yeah.
Weren't they originally going to be Coinbase Prime?
I think they're the only one, and most everyone else is Coinbase.
I think
one's Gemini.
Yeah, that's
Gemini.
ridiculous. My favorite's Fidelity and Blackrock. I do think Franklin has the best Twitter team.
Oh no, Van Eck does. Van Eck intern.
Van
Those
Eck's
memes are
funny
great.
too. Van Eck's good too. That's true.
Calling in inverse brow in the reply and such.
Yeah. I don't know. I will say this though. I'm really happy the Bitcoin ETFs got approved. I do not want to deal with an Ethereum ETF shit show. Learning like the government doesn't have 2FA on and all that other stuff.
I just, we're gonna end up going through the same thing we went with GBTC with ETH. Like that's a no doubt.
Then Litecoin.
Yeah, Litecoin's not happening, brother. Solana and XRP probably have a better chance than Litecoin.
Honestly, I think Bcash. As much as I hate it, I think I wouldn't be surprised. Or you know what? I think XRP probably up there too. Albeit that hack and the lawsuits maybe pushing them back a little bit.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Dop on this one. I think we'll see ETH, and I don't know that we'll see Sol this cycle, but it wouldn't shock me that if Sol makes it to 12 or 1500, or and it has basically it's gonna have to do something like Bitcoin and suck in a ton of wealth, and then they're forced to deal with it.
Yeah, and anything else that is ETF potential is going to have to wait for a new commissioner. So let's not get ahead of ourselves.
That's true. I mean, like the vote was really, really close, right?
Yeah.
Gensler voted for it, of all things.
And that was the tiebreaker, right?
It was 4-3
Right.
with Gensler on the. I mean, assuming it was the tiebreaker, I don't know, but if he was the last to vote, but I'm shocked he did it. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. And I don't know what would happen if they'd have gone straight back to the courts. They'd have to go fight it some more. They may have a better chance at denying the Ethereum one. You may get a 4-3 vote in favor of not doing it. But Yellen this week was talking about crypto specifically, some of them being in plural, not securities, and then some of them being securities.